Hello and welcome back to GreedFall. So, which main quest we going for? We do have a side quest here about the Petrus plan, but I would like to focus on the face with the demon quest. Let's go for that one. 250 meters that way to travel, so I suppose the best way would be using the fast travel option in my apartment and traveling there. Suppose Eden Camp? Alright. And now it's sending me 330 meters that way, which is understandable, never been there before. Let's go. Which way is faster? I guess towards the right and then left. Is it this one? Yes. Let's try to avoid as many enemies as we can. Oh, these look strong. They really do. I don't feel like fighting right now. I mean, they will stay here forever until I kill them and then they will never respawn, but still. Alright, and we're going to Bedville, which is gonna be a 6-hour trip. Now we need to find a sanctuary.
What a strange party we have here. Who are you to come and disrupt our solitude?
Good day.
You? You are on Olmenawi and at the same time, Renaigse. So it is possible to bond yourself on your faraway island?
We are here because Teleme has asked us to carry out an investigation. They think that certain clans venerate a demon, an evil creature. We carried out our investigation of Vedlog on Chief Derdra in an attempt to discover the truth. And the clues have led us to find our answers in this sanctuary.
Derdre sends you to seek out a demon? Curious. A man from your island came already a long time ago. Full of questions he was as well. He had a small party of warriors with smoking tubes. And on their chests, a golden lion.
A lion?
They set up a camp near here and then they disappeared all of a sudden.
Do you know where precisely?
It was a long time ago. I don't remember all that well. My
This voice
memory has
actor.
been
Oh
leaving
my
me
god.
late. But it wasn't far from here. You will find it, I am certain. Ah, you are bringing back the memories. They were asking nearly the same questions you ask.
Alright. You say so. This looks like a boss fight place. Looks like that's not the case. Perhaps just a crossroads then.
fresco. It represents a beast of the marshes, a red serpent.
Okay.
Fresco. It represents a beast of the marshes, a red serpent.
Oh, disappeared. Cool.
The image is fading. We can't see much of anything. The image is fading. We can't see much of anything. A fresco in various yellow hues. It represents a sort of insect.
Insect, serpent. Anything else? I have to go down there. Alright. Recipe and page turn from a journal. My lockpicking is not good enough, apparently. Let's go find the old man again.
What do you want, strange stranger?
Speak about the torn journal page.
I found this note. It speaks of a ritual, but it is incomplete. Do you know anything else about it?
A ritual? Yes, there is a ritual for the impatient. For me, it serves no purpose. I am here. I wait.
But for me, it would be useful. Can you help me?
There must have her reasons. The folly of youth. Do you see those drums over there? They awaken the earth, as long as you play them correctly.
They will awaken the earth.
Oh, and that's not all. Once the earth is awakened, the stone will appear that must be quenched.
Quench a stone.
But you're still here. What do you want again?
Camp in the swamp.
We found the camp you spoke of. Well, all that remains of it.
I told you. You were not the first Renagse went by here.
Many died. What happened to them?
I warned them, I remember. They did not listen very well. Too bad. Their weapons were strange and powerful, but not enough so. The marsh is more powerful still.
That doesn't seem to bother you all that much.
Tiafradi gives, Tiafradi takes back. But you're still here. What do you want again?
Drums.
How do you play the drums?
Oh, that's easy. The music is the first language of Tiafradi. It resonates with the earth. You need only respect the natural order for the earth to hear you. A predator, a prey, the cycle.
That's not really all that clear.
Come now, come now. You must
Snake
first
rattle?
make the snake rattle, unless it is first to be the insect. Alas, time devours all memories. I do remember one thing though.
I'm listening.
Each drum must only be played one time and only once.
Well, that
But
makes
you're
it
still here.
easy. Okay.
What do you want again?
Quenching.
Quench a stone. What does that mean?
Water trickles on the stone and returns to us, empowered by its force. But sometimes, water is not enough.
This note I found explains a recipe. A potion thought to contain the essence of this place. That's what must be poured over the stone.
Oh, yes. No doubt. No doubt. But you're still here. What do you want again?
That's all.
Nothing. I shall leave you alone.
Where are the drums? Out of the way. You were talking something about a snake rattle and... Or was it an insect? Okay. Looks like I was correct. Oh. Yeah, I knew it. It's gonna be a boss fight.
Something's appeared over there. It seems as if it's some type of altar. Looks like an altar. The stones! That must be where we need to pour the potion. I just need to get my hands on it.
Okay, well, where do I get the potion? How do I... Oh, I need to craft it, perhaps, the potion. Is there a crafting station nearby? Camp area, let's go there. I probably need signs for the potion, right? Let's craft it. Quest item and a potion of demonic ritual. I have science 1, so it should be easy. Craft. Symbol. Metal dowel, sleeping potion, lacy drink. Now that I have the potion, we should be able to proceed. I'm never getting rid of the items that give me like stats, endurance, stuff like that. It's always useful at all times. Defeat a creature. I knew it. I knew it. You knew it. Everyone knew it.
What is this?
Oh no. What a thief. I already fought something like this, right? Before. Poison is not that strong.
Mother Dotsadag! Killed! You killed her! Monsters! Murderers!
One mystery after another. What we take for a demon was a woman transformed into a beast. And now we have but a simple name. Enon Mil Frictamen. This man, or this thing, seems to be after us. Perhaps it is behind all of this. We need to learn more.
Hey, wait, where's that body? I didn't loot it in time. There we go. 5 gold? Can you call that like a nice thing? Okay. Oh, that's no, that's not an improvement, but it looks better. Well, this one gives me intuition, so I'm not gonna sell it. But this one doesn't give me anything. Like my discovery hat. What else do I have? A neck. Need willpower 2, and that's a really nice one. 5 extra healing, everything. Looks nice. As for a torso, I have only something that would remove my science, which is haste. As for hands, nothing too useful. Other than these, but I need endurance 2 for that. Pointless as well. Do you have any weapon that gives me like a upgrade? It's rate of fire, but that doesn't really help, does it? Okay. I think that's all. Yeah, let's go back. Is that the way back? Okay. We are going to Tirdob, the village of Bedlewoog. Every time I travel it like lags for a second, but that's just CPU maxing out for loading stuff.
You survived. Which must mean, alas, that one of the Nadaig is with us no longer. You are a great warrior. You could almost be a storm warrior. What do you seek?
Take you out of the trap.
You set a trap for us, invoking and releasing that creature.
It is true. And the Nadaig is indeed one of the faces. A spirit of the Isle. I was hoping that you would disappear. The swamps do not like to give back those who enter. You have seen things that no stranger to our clan has ever seen. Secrets that no one must know. But you survived. You are strong. I should not have thought you so weak. I have nothing more to give you than my excuses. And that you keep to yourself all that you have seen. Anything more?
I need to be going.
Quawalem seg.
Well, that was pointless. Alright. That means I have only one quest. Speak to Darren. Let's go. I would also like to check out the shop in this area. Perhaps there's gonna be better loot. Buy. Let's see. What is this? Where do I need to go? Upstairs. Not upstairs, I mean north. This way, right? Yeah. Why do I remember this? Oh, that's why. Where I killed these.
say, go on!
Why do you want to fight me? Even I want to pick them up. Maybe I'll just take everything and sell it. I think I killed these guys last time, didn't I?
Dude, what are you doing? Who let you pass?
Your
Oh,
men.
I killed them.
We are here to parley with your chief.
Parley? With Renaigse? You truly believe that...
Leave this to me. I want to know what they have to say. I know you, Renaigse. It is you who freed the lion prisoners. And to do that, you spilled the blood of my own brothers and sisters.
We seek a cure for my people. That is why I liberated the sages, and it is the reason I am here. I am fully committed to finding this cure, even if violence must be employed.
Well, don't hold back for my sake.
Enough! You are defeated, but I'm not here to take your lives. Where is the Mistress of Wisdom? I will keep the secret for myself. Neither the Bridge Alliance nor anyone else will learn it from me.
I hope you speak with truth. You will find that Yernahach Kadachtas in the village of Vigshardir, to the northeast of this camp. Now leave us. And do not betray your word.
I still don't understand. Are the natives like a single faction or? I don't know. Like I don't know how that works. Kind of annoying because I'm suspicious, so I cannot get a better way. Anyhow. Well, I'm just not gonna question it. Like I have two factions. That are friendly to me. Bridge Alliance, which are, nice people, and the Congregation of Merchant. Point Guard are the fucking idiots. The lame, maybe Notes is the only other faction I would like to befriend. But these two are important. I don't really care about anyone else. Okay, and now we just travel back, sure. It seems like a new area because it doesn't show it like Lord. Have a look. I mean, when GreedFall 2 releases, I'll definitely be playing this like more carefully. But right now, I just want to mostly get through the story. The game is glitchy. You've seen some of the quests, like I couldn't progress without killing them. I'm expecting the next area to be working quite well. I mean, not next area, next game. That's okay. Like, this game is great story-wise. Story is really good. Gameplay-wise, the combat is just mediocre. Below mediocre. They spend so much time on the story and how the character look, character design, the equipment design, everything. Combat is just not Great. Okay, they don't want to kill me yet. A good sign.
Good day. I'm looking...
What are you doing here? You are in a hidden village, a sacred village. The Renaigse have no place here.
I seek an audience with the Mistress of Wisdom, the Tierna Ha Kadactus. Do you know where I can find her?
The Tierna is in her home. She goes, she comes as her heart desires. Only her Voglendaig must know. And if I knew where she was, it's not me who is going to tell her, Renaigse. Go away, leave me alone now. I have much to do. The great hunt is coming.
Ask about the Great Hunt.
You spoke about a great hunt. What is it?
A sacred ceremony, of course. How in your countries do you honor your lands and assure their abundance?
Well, it's a
With a
bit...
fertilizer.
Your Renaigse are very strange. It is no wonder that you come to our lands. If you do not honor the land with the great hunt, you must lack game to hunt. Each year, one of our own, our best hunter, dresses up as the Andrig. He becomes the White Andrig during an entire night and the others hunt him. If he escapes them, the game will be abundant and the gathering fruitful during the entire year. It is
fun.
a very important celebration.
Okay, I'll leave.
I must take my leave.
Let's not insist on anyone yet. Let's just talk to these people one by one.
Bortir to Madre Naixe.
Good day. I seek the Mistress of Wisdom, the Tierna Ha Kadactus.
I have no idea what you want with her, but no one in the village will tell Renaixe where to find her.
I do not seek to harm her, only to speak with her.
I don't know where she is. Her Voglendaig might know, but I think he will tell you nothing. You are in one of the most sacred villages of our lands. The Renaixe are not welcome here, and we are busy making ready for the great hunt.
Maybe I could help you with something.
Help us? Why not, after all? It would speak well of your intentions. During the great hunt, we place bells on the path to keep the animals away. During the last hunt, there was a great storm, and the bells were badly damaged.
Would you like me to repair them?
That would be good. If not, we need to make new ones, and I am afraid we will not have the time.
Okay. So that's the repairing. What about you?
Good day. My name is Desardet. Would you be the Voglendaig of the Mistress of Wisdom?
Dear Tirtamad, Renaxe. Yes, I am among us. What are you doing here in this sacred village?
Ask where to find Mistress of Wisdom.
Do you know where I might find the Mistress of Wisdom?
The Tierna Hach Kadaktas?
I love how he asks the question, I just ignore it.
I regret. She is not here.
Do you know where she might be found?
I am sorry, but I will not tell her a nice stranger to us. Your kind has many who bend the truth to their desires. Some of them tried to capture her. You need to prove to us that we can trust you.
Sure. Tell me what I could do.
You could help me find the sacred seal that I lost. This would prove a little. It is a sacred stone that my mistress asked me to study and meditate with. I had it with me when I was going to the river, but I was suddenly attacked. Of course, the animals left me alone in the end, but I dropped the seal in my flight. I would gladly go and look for it, but I am alone in the village, waiting for the Tierna Hakadaktas. And what with the preparations and the great hunt, I cannot leave at this time.
I see. I'm going to look near the river and see if I can find it.
Thank you, Renaise.
Could you help us remember where you lost the seal you were looking to recover?
On the edge of the village, near the river. That is where I dropped it when the wild animals came and chased me away.
Thank you. I'm going to see if I can find it. I must leave.
Guess that's all. Let's go for those quests. We don't want to find a Tierra. Let's find change this one. Display on map. Here we are looking for these. Repair the bells and then assemble. Do we just follow back the pathway? Yeah. And next to the river we turn right. This is the river, right? Yes. We turn right. Now go find the symbol of Ongos. These are the monsters that attack them. Now. I think I found it over there. Alright, it's done. Now let's go to the bells. I hope I have good enough craftsmanship for it. I don't think it should be higher than one, right? We're way up. I just need to go around. Can I climb this? Wait, maybe? Impossible to climb, okay. Because I have bigger trees, so I should be able to climb something, but not all of it. In that case, I guess this is the first one. So.
Let's take a look at these chimes. Its base is damaged. The wooden tubes can no longer hit each other. We will need to craft a new base.
Where?
These chimes are once again in working order.
It's one. There's more of them later on.
Seeing where it's been hung, it isn't surprising that these chimes are making no sound. They're far too low and can't catch the wind.
Repair?
Now with the chimes in the proper place, they should sound like they're supposed to sound.
Nice. Yeah, it was good choice making the craftsmanship.
The base of this bell is damaged. That's why it no longer makes a sound. I need to build a new one.
Repair?
These chimes are once again in working order.
And the final one.
These chimes here are simply tangled. I need to untangle them without breaking them. There. Everything is in order. It will chime whenever wind blows upon the branches.
Now we can go back. I should be simply be able to just run off, right? Hopefully. Okay then. I can jump down here, right?
Well now, Renaigse. Were you able to repair our bells for the hunt?
Yep.
Yes, they are all working now.
You are very surprising. But I should have known that as an Onolmanawi, you would be different than the others. I now believe your words to be true when you say you desire no harm to Artirna. You need to find her Voglendai. I will tell him that your intentions are heartfelt.
Alright, that's one thing. Finally getting some reputation with them. Still suspicious, but some reputation.
Ongos,
What do you want, Renaigse?
I'll return the seal.
I found your seal. It was indeed near the river.
My heart thanks you. You are a Renaigse like no other. The Tirna Hakadaktas would have been angry if I had lost it. The Tirna Hakadaktas went into the sacred bosque. She goes often there to meditate.
And where could I find this bosque?
To the west of the village, into the heart of the woods. There is a passage between the rocks that gives access. Be wary. This is an untamed place where the animals are wild and numerous.
Alright.
I must leave.
Well, thanks for telling me. Took you long enough. Alright. How do I get there? This way. She's literally just 100 meters away. Where is she? Really seem like this is something possible, right? No? Pointing me back. he's... Why is she sleeping with the dead? They are not dead.
You are not welcome here, Renatse.
I regret troubling your rest. My name is Disarday. I am a legate of the Congregation of Merchants.
Mev, daughter of Morrigan, daughter of Cardwin. What is a legate? And what could he want from me?
I am an emissary, a representative of my nation. I've come to speak to you about a cure.
Of what cure do you speak? You do not show signs of sickness.
I'm not. But on our continent, many people are dying from a terrible plague. We have named the sickness the Malachor, and none of our doctors have been able to heal anyone taken ill. We have heard talk from some of your people of a cure that is so powerful that it can heal almost anything. You would be this miraculous cure that we've heard talk of. Could you share the formula with us?
You are either completely crazed or foul liars. None of this makes sense.
But
Enough! I have lost enough time with your lies and your foolish thoughts. I do not know what you truly want from me, but I will not be used like some puppet.
Really? You just want to fight me? Okay. Leave me alone, will you? Just barely. Where is she even running off to? That was a nice AoE attack.
These roots are so interwoven and taut that it's impossible to get through them.
Okay. Must be a way though, right? What if I just cut them off?
These roots are so interwoven and taut that it's impossible to get through them. There is residue. It looks as if something had been placed here. She passed through here, there's no doubt about it. But how was she able to get past these roots? This stone stele has something to do with the entry of the grotto. But how?
Ask your companions.
If you have an idea.
Were you able to meet the Tierna Hak Kadaktas?
Yes, but to my grave disappointment, she fled before I could expose my arguments.
Yes, many strangers have tried to capture her many times. She must have decided you were one of them.
Ask her to open the passage.
I'm once again in need of your assistance. I must take the passage blocked by a door of roots.
You had the honor of speaking with my mistress. If she chose to follow the sacred passage, then it is that she had nothing more to say to you. Why would I share with you the understanding of the ritual that protects her?
Explain the escape of the Tiernahar. Invent a story or try to convince him. It's 50% chance. I could go for that.
I promise that I mean her no harm. I just need to expose as best I can the problem at hand. Her help is truly necessary. Thousands of lives are at stake.
Tell me more.
My people have fallen prey to a serious illness, which has almost certainly taken my own mother by now. If we do not quickly find a remedy, we shall all follow her to the grave. But the Tiernahak Kadaktas can help us. We are sure of that. She will know of a remedy able to heal this sickness that plagues us.
You have already spoken with her and she left. If she
Okay,
chose to run...
fine. Let's try to explain the escape of the Tiernahar.
Listen, I was able to meet the Tiernahak thanks to you. But I haven't the slightest clue why she fled in the middle of our conversation. I sincerely believe that there was a misunderstanding. You know that I mean her no harm. If I were simply given a chance to explain, I'm certain that she would understand.
You must feed the offering ward to enter into the passage and meet her once again.
What does this ward feed on?
You need to plant one of the seeds of the mistress on the altar, and the roots will open wide.
I see. Where can I find one of these seeds?
I cannot tell you from which plant it is given, but there is a chance there are more in her dwelling. I will let you enter this one time, but treat her dwelling with respect, I ask you.
Thank you for your help.
Do not be so eager to thank me. The place you enter is ripe with dangers. As do all sacred places, it defends itself with the wild beasts that it fosters. This passage leads to a forest where the ancestors of the Tierna Hak Kadaktas makes her home.
And why should I fear the ancestor?
Have stories of the Nadaig been shared with you? In your language, you would call them guardians.
Yes. I even encountered one. She was magnificent.
Then you know of what I speak.
Right,
I must leave.
Let's check the seats in her home. Free loot. Free loot. Okay. Free loot.
This looks like a collection of skulls from various animals. I wonder what purpose they serve. All of this is extremely interesting, but alas, it won't help me open the root passage. This plant looks familiar. I saw some not far from here. Unfortunately, it's lost its seeds. All these crushed plants and these powders. She must have been preparing a potion. It might be the miraculous remedy. To be so close and yet to have no idea what to do with all this. All of this is extremely interesting, but alas, it won't help me open the root passage. This bark is covered with little symbols. It looks like some sort of writing, though I've been led to believe the natives have no written language. I should speak with Siora when I have the chance. Perhaps she could explain what it is. I don't see any seeds here. The only clue we have is this plant. Let's try to find some other flowers. It might be their seed that opens the passage.
Alright, let's look for the seed.
all these flowers. These flowers are similar to those we found in the dwelling of the Tierna
there?
Hach,
That's
and
me.
they bear seeds.
Where's the
We have what we
camera
need.
like zoomed out?
Let's
So
go back to the stone stele.
well, let me get all of the seeds just in case. So the camera zoomed out really poorly because I went from the different direction. So anyways, since we have time now to talk about the mod that would allow me to travel anywhere, it does exist. It works quite well, but the issue is once I install it, I would never be able to play the DLC because it like makes it not work anymore. I'm not gonna use it. Other than that, yeah, that's how it works. Also, I checked the auto loot. The way the auto loot works is whenever I would use this light, it's blinking here. Wait, I would automatically loot every loot in the area. That doesn't work because of the sheath mod that allows me to have the visible weapons on my body. There's a fix for that, but I honestly don't really think it was necessary to do.
And there.
Roots Passage. Nice.
We did not come to defile this place, and we do well to hurry. The Tierna Hach Kadactus has quite the head start.
Ow. 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 Can you leave me alone for a sec? That was close. You seen my health, didn't you?
I'm sure we can jump over it too.
Only because I have the vigor, otherwise I would have to go around, right? You attacked me. What did I do to you? What did I do to you? Gastoneia got Ancient Woods. Nice.
I hope she didn't hide in this forest. Finding her here would be quite troublesome.
Would it? Oh. Wouldn't be the first time though. We are looking for someone in the forest. Okay, I have a level up apparently. Check that. Attributes. Can go for another endurance, which will allow me to wear the better equipment. Big hands, was it? Yes. Perhaps better shoes. Not really. Got torso. That one's endurance 3. I like the current one because it gives me science. And the head would increase me, but I would lose my intuition. I don't want to do. Armor is just health, you know, you can just heal up. But actual stats, you can't get them any other way. Stats are always important. You're gonna transform? Oh, a guardian. Yum.
Elsin, not damn dent.
I already defeated one of you. Calm down. Okay. I'm not gonna like try it. They do way too much damage, and that's with my armor still having armor, so you gonna lower it. Like I said, unbalanced bosses. If they told me you need to be 5 levels slower when you do this, I would have been fine with it.
No. We didn't want this fight.
This fucking idiot. Can I murder him?
Why? Why?
In order to capture and extract from her what we need. To examine her. Dissect her, if necessary. You have done us a great service.
Fucking bridge
Guiding us
alliance. I thought
directly
they were
to her.
friendly.
Are you saying that...
Even if the creature has concocted some remedial potion, it is not the song we came for, but the bird. She leads the sorcerers of this island. She knows how they transform, and from where their powers originate. Our scientists think that the remedy is there, in their pseudo-magic, and in their mutation. Thank you for bringing her to us, and ridding us of the monster.
Do you think I'm going to allow you to manipulate me?
I don't think anything. Apologies, Excellency. But you are going to die tragically from a stray bullet.
Oh, he wants to
headed
kill
for
me
the
now.
monster.
Alright.
Mercy!
Look at this.
Your
Unbalanced. Like
Excellency,
fully
I
unbalanced.
surrender.
Come on.
How dare you ask for mercy after attempting an assassination? After revealing your conspiracy to me? You deserve nothing less than death.
I will not go down without a fight.
Okay. Like, what the fuck? You see what I mean? The boss one-shots you. This guy? I two-shot him. Like, no. That's not how the game should work. I hope they do something about it in the next game.
Tiana Hawk? She's unconscious. We need to bring her back to her village. She needs to be tended to.
You know.
We should leave right away. Is she going to survive?
Yes, she will heal. They were not shooting to kill her. And we are resistant, you know. The bond empowers us. It gives us the vigor of animals, the resilience of trees. It's undoubtedly for that reason that your alliance is so interested in us. Tiana, he does not mean to harm you. Please, let me...
What do you want from me, Ranaikse?
We were manipulated by the Alliance. We had no idea that they sought to capture you. We believed their fable of a miraculous remedy. We killed the man that wounded you. He will hunt you no longer. And their governor will have explaining to do.
I suppose I should thank you for having pulled me from their claws and bringing me here. And to have crushed the life out of a few of these parasites. There is indeed a remedy. But I doubt that I can do anything against this sickness that you describe. I don't know it. And I don't see how I could create a remedy that would heal it.
Perhaps you could try. We are desperate.
This remedy was prepared for a precise purpose. To heal those who escaped the claws of the Alliance. These monsters capture the Sinol Menoi and torture them, bleed them, put things in their veins. Those that do escape are in such agony that our care and comfort are not enough to mend them. That's why I made this remedy. Not for your Malikor. My people have never fallen prey to such sickness.
How can you be so sure? Perhaps it's your tremendous resistance that protects you from the sickness.
Perhaps. Enon Mil Frictimen protects us all.
Enon Mil Frictimen.
God of 1,000 faces in your tongue. The one and many who protects us and our island. They and we are tied and bound. As they are tied and bound to you. Their generosity to our people is infinite, but the crimes of the Renaigse enrage it. After all, perhaps your Malikor is their vengeance.
This is strange. The two tracks that we followed have led us to the same name, Enon Mil Frictimin. We know that the congregation came to this island long ago, a lot longer than we first thought. The Malachor could be a consequence of that first attempt to colonize. A curse cast at that epoch, brought back by the first defeated colonists. After all, is it not also the origin of the first guardians of the native legends? Either way, one thing is certain. If there is something, or someone on this island powerful enough to heal the Malachor, it is certainly him. We need to bring this news back to Constantine. Even if we don't have a remedy yet, he'll be happy to know that we've made progress.
Yeah, a bit glitchy with the cameras when there's no people to talk to. It just skips their conversations entirely, you know, like any thing. But it actually works quite well. I mean, he keeps saying we, which makes less sense, but if you think about it, we as in we, you know? Me, chat. We can clearly do it. And the game feels way better without two other companions just, you know, annoyingly being with you all the time. Way better. And we're going back to Constantine, to the Desarde residence. Nice. Who are you, anyways? Oh, it's a store. He has a long blade with agility 3. How much would I actually improve my... Like, right now, I have 40 extra damage I would have if I got this one. Not that worth it. But this one is better. This one I would have 60 extra damage if I did it. But I would still have to have fully upgraded and everything. I'm gonna wait for like, rank 4 of the other one. What about the rings? So these are all weapons, cool. Yes. But yeah, I don't need any other weapon yet. You need accuracy for those. What about these? Intuition. Do I have intuition right now? I need something that gives me... Oh, Doctor Mask. Cool. I would lose science. I'm gonna lose science. These are like pointless. Dauntless. This is an improvement. This should... I don't want to spend money for no reason. Choose. Healing necklace. That's... If it's a healing necklace, why does it do magic regen? And the hood is the same, pretty much. Like this one. It looks cool. But that's the coin guard, so I really want it. Ingredients and consumables. Let's go. gonna be probably almost dead, right? But at least he's not gonna be in pain. Hopefully. See. Doctor's with him.
My dear cousin, come closer and tell me what brings you. Constantine, is it true? Are you in great pain? This sickness is horrible, believe me. Now I understand what your mother went through. But you have not come to hear my complaints. Speak. It will give me something else to ponder.
Speak about the remedy.
I wanted to inform you of our progress made in the attempt to discover a cure. As you advised, I followed the leads shared by our allies, none of which led anywhere. However, they both pointed in the same direction, towards a sort of god that the natives worship. They call him En-on-mil Frictaman, the god of many faces. He is very powerful and protects the island. How can you be sure that it's not some sort of myth? Even a superstition? I saw it with my own eyes take shape during a ritual. It is possible that the Malachor is the expression of its vengeance. You are referring to the secret we unearthed. The entire continent is paying today for the errors of our grandparents. It is a terrifying perspective. But if it were true, he must also be able to help us heal. Katasak, my friend. I saw you flinch hearing that name. You were familiar with this being.
All of the Donegada know him, even in their flesh. He is Tirfradi. It is with him we make our bond. But I would be surprised that he is at the origin of your sickness. He is generous and only rages when attacked and wounded.
I fear that is exactly what we did. Cousin, I know that I ask much of you, but I have no choice. You need to go and find this magical being. I won't survive for much longer. Beg him. Offer him all that he wants, but we must have this remedy. I need it. I shall do all in my power, Constantine, I promise you. But I need to find a way to communicate with him. I was already sent to fight a guardian under that pretext, and it almost killed me.
There is a way so sacred that even we Donegada cannot use it. En-on-mil Frictiman decides. It is not I who judges your intentions. Go and find Glendan, the sage of the village council of Dorhagenedu. If he deems you worthy, he will guide you. To be able to speak with him, you must present this seal. It will prove that you are the friend of a member of the council.
I had no idea that such a talisman was required.
You have not yet been named Mal of your clan, Siora, daughter of Bladned. When this has come to pass, we will give you a seal that allows you to give voice to your friends when visiting the council.
It is a symbol of great trust. Why are you awarding me this?
I do not wish to lose the soul who has put their life in my hands. And also, you have proven you are our friend back there in my village.
Thank you, Katasak. I will not forget this honor you bestow upon me. And thank you, dear cousin, for everything.
Okay, how do we get in there? North. north and then like all around. Okay, well, it'll take a while, but how it goes. Never mind, this is a dead end. That gets out of the village and to the east.
Ato on Olmanawi. Do you see anything?
I'm not selling anything good.
If you want to trade again,
Pointless
you know where
natives
to find me.
have nothing. Definitely looked like a pathway, but I might have been mistaken. Maybe it's the way down or the way up. Perhaps here. Still haven't gone that way. No. Back there for a sec. Towards the left now.
Ato on Olmanawi. Do you want to trade?
Yeah, that seems plausible. This is probably also blocked. For here. I'll have to go. I cannot go here. Probably going around there. Also probably blocked like that. Right. Maybe I should have just... Was I even here before? It's revealed, but I don't think it was ever there. And I think I was incorrect, it's open. The new location. Down. Yes. How do I get towards the right? Need another set of coffee. Yeah, maybe through the village again. Try that.
Steward! Hello, my name is Desardet. I'm the legate of the merchant congregation. May I enter?
Good day, Legate de Sardet. No. This building is closed to Renaigse.
Present the seal.
Here is the seal of the Denegad Katasach, of the village of Wenchavier.
And so you are a trusted friend of the great healer. He must see your true face and find it worthy. Enter. You are welcome.
That was easy.
I give you warm greetings, Glendan. I am Desardet, legate of the Congregation of Merchants.
Your merchant congregation sways me very slightly from my path. But you are a current of Katasach. His trust in you makes me stop and look at you. What brings you here?
I seek a remedy. My cousin, as well as many other people on our island, suffer from a terrible sickness. We think that only Enon Miel Frichteman can help us find a cure.
Really? And Katasach sent you to see me?
He told me that the only way to meet with your god was to come and see you. You would judge our worthiness.
Judge your intentions? Yes, that I can do. But even if I should do this, you would have many trials to pass. For the path you seek to follow has only been tread but a very few times, and you are the first Renaigse to set foot upon it. We must begin where everything begins. There is a trial. The trial of water. It will show us the reflection of your soul.
What must I do?
You must go to a cavern and tell me what you see on the seal you will find deep in its center.
And this cavern is guarded, I suppose.
That is true. But the simplest solution is not always the best. It is a path with many forks. I hope you will prove that you understand the spirit of our people and our island. Go now. Show us your true face, and return purified by the waters of the cavern.
Okay.
I must leave. Goodbye.
You have spoken to Glendan as you wanted. What more can I do for you?
Nothing. I didn't
Nothing
talk to
else,
you.
thank you.
Good luck.
I need to do the other quest. Oh, I need to ask where can I find it, I guess. Let me ask him if he knows where to find it.
And so you ever...
No.
I understand.
What can you tell me about the sanctuary?
It is the most sacred place of the island. The hidden face, and still seen by all of you. Enol Mil Frichteman. I protected these doors like my father before me and his father before him. And still none of us have ever entered.
Am I to gather that there has never been a High King in your family?
We are heads of the Council of Kings. And so it is prohibited for us to present ourselves. We must remain impartial.
I see. And so you cannot speak to me about what you find inside?
The heart of the island beats near here.
I must leave.
Looks like I just need to find that place. I can't really tell. Oh, there it is. 80 meters. Okay, it didn't update before, so this way and to that. Okay, that makes sense. Right. I'm almost level 20. Maybe there's gonna be something special on level 20, like the third. Great, I would like that. Another talent. I'd probably go with intuition, to be honest, because now I'm starting to have conversations where I need better intuition progress.
I was in the sky. I was floating, carried by the wind, and it was a cold feeling. I was high up, and it was getting colder and colder. I felt my blood freezing in my veins. I fell to the ground and spun slowly. And then the sun warmed me. Suddenly I bounced on the ground, and I was taken by the bubbling current of this creek. Then, just like before, the vision dissipated, and I was suddenly with you again.
Okay.
The drawing on this stone makes me think of fire. On this stone, the sun is visible. This stone bears the image of a storm. This stone is blackened. This stone is adorned with the... Here this looks like a snowflake. This drawing looks like an infant. Could it represent... Here this looks like a snowflake. This stone is This stone is blackened. On this stone, the sun is visible. The drawing on this stone... This drawing looks like an infant. Here this looks like a snowflake. This stone is adorned with the etching of... This stone is blackened. This stone is adorned with the etching.
So we can start with ice, I guess.
I must have lit the candles in the wrong order.
Water?
I must have lit the candles in the wrong order. Evidently, I shouldn't have lit this candle. This stone bears the image of a storm. Or perhaps the wind. I already lit this candle.
Storm makes water.
I must have lit the candles in the wrong order.
So wind. It makes ice. The ice melts with the sun. And it becomes water. Okay. So that's it. Guess I need to defeat you now. Okay.
This must be the seal that Glendan spoke about. It looks like the silhouette of the mountain of Tearfredi, and a face is drawn within it.
Bertir to Mad on Olmanawi. I congratulate you for passing the trial. Enter.
And so you have returned. Can you tell me what the seal deep within the cavern brings into your mind?
A face in the mountain of Tearfredi.
Then you have seen the true face of the island when looking into her waters. And the island has seen inside you. You have given the blood of the animals that protected the entrance to the passage. You have chosen strength a first time. In choosing the path of silence, you avoided confronting the Dosantats. Finally, you have completed the ritual. And in so doing, the Guardian recognized you as a wise man. You choose to trust the way of rules and wisdom. It is a difficult path, but it carries generous fruits. The island has seen your intelligence and also your compassion. The friendship of Katasach towards you no longer surprises me.
Am I authorized to encounter Enormil Frichtemann now? To present him with my request?
If the High King agrees, yes. We shall not oppose that decision. Only a High King or High Queen is allowed to open the sanctuary. I warned you. Your voyage is far from over.
I suppose that I'm going to need to convince them as well. Where can I find them?
I do not know. And I believe that it may be another trial on your path to find the one you seek.
Is he hiding? Has he been captured?
He disappeared several months ago. Since then we have not heard from him. He was worried about the Renaigse. The last people to have seen him, I'm told, were the most important chiefs of the clans here at the council. There was Deirdre, Blatnid, Ulan, and Dunkas.
I fear that Queen Bladnid can no longer help us.
Yes, we have learned of her fate. Some battles cannot be won twice. Deirdre is the Mal of the clan of the Storm Warriors. You will find her in the village of Vedlug.
I've already met her. She sent me to confront a guardian.
That sounds like her. Ulan is the Mal of the village of Vignamri, near the coast. It is said that he welcomes the Renaigse. As for Dunkas, he leads the Vigigidor. He is the chief of the Earth Healers. His village is not very far from the Didekid and Nadages.
Very well. I will go and see them. Try to find this High King. Thank you, Glendan.
Kwa'awalamsek. I hope that you will find him.
Can you like speak normal language for once? Right. What if I unlock the Fury generation? The counterattacks. I don't need these other two. Because that's like only when I'm hitting from behind. It's not very often. Well, let's go back to Constantine. But before we do that, I would like to sell what I have in the store, buy something, and perhaps upgrade another weapon, possible. So do we have any? No, this is the only quest we have right now. These are side quests. Cool. So first, let me check the blacksmith.
Oh.
Garbage.
One arm and oh.
Can't really upgrade it anymore, right? Looks like I have 6 pure iron ore. That means I can get 3 more weapons fully upgraded. Those 2 stones.
You'll find. Welcome. Have you?
Well, Ring of the Fury, level 4. That's cool. I don't want to use the ring. Maybe I should have equipped it though. Well, I don't have magic to equip it. This one looks nice. I don't even feel like switching the clothes. I'll keep them, but yeah. That's the ring. You need magical. It doesn't even have the weapon I wanted last time. Or was that a different store? I think so. Oh, I kinda wanna use rifles, but at the same time I don't really need to. These are pointless. Same with the armors, right? Okay, let's just go. That's fine. Talk to Constantine, maybe he can give us a better explanation of what to do.
Lieutenant, I demand an explanation. Tell us what is going on. We haven't heard anything about Lord D'Orsay's condition in spite of our inquiries. We are extremely worried. And then all of a sudden one of his guards appears, shaken and on his own, though he is part of his retinue.
Please, allow me the chance to shed some light, my lady.
Your soldier is nothing more than a coward for abandoning his highness.
Tell me, what is going on?
This soldier has just reported in. He is asking for reinforcements. He believes that Lord D'Orsay has been attacked.
He believes? He ran here without full knowledge of what happened firsthand.
I was sent on patrol far from the camp, but I heard screams, from men and from beasts. I wanted to return to camp, but then I heard a deafening sound, grinding, like a landslide. I thought then it would be best just to go and get help.
Thank you, Lieutenant. You are dismissed. I would like to have a discussion with this man alone.
Yes, sir.
My lady, could you lead these fine people into the hallway, if you would be so kind?
Certainly. I deplore this embarrassing turn of events, but know that you have my full support in all circumstances.
In the interest of avoiding a general panic, tell me precisely what happened back there.
Your cousin ordered us to escort him beyond the town limits. The Islander convinced him to go on some journey.
By Islander, do you mean the Denegad that came to treat his affliction?
Yes, a strange bird. Missing more than one feather, you ask me, sir. I was ordered to set up patrol along a small path, rather far from the rest of the company. I was told to protect our perimeter from anyone wandering along. According to the Islander, it was the only access to their planned destination. I did my rounds for quite some time. Not a soul came along. But then I heard cries a ways off, and I went running to help. I heard an enormous crashing sound like an avalanche of rocks. So then I turned right back around.
And you ran all the way here? Do you know precisely where the company was when you heard these sounds?
No, not precisely. I hadn't gone there. But I could show you where I was posted. The Islander said they were following the path, but he was quite a ways ahead when I lost sight of them.
Why didn't you go and look for yourself? To see if they had been buried by a rock slide?
What? Alone? What could I have done? It seemed of greater urgency to go and get help.
I'm still having trouble deciding if cowardice or intelligence got the best of you. But that's a question for your superiors. My cousin was quite weak. Do you know why he decided to follow the Denegad?
His Highness was feeling much better. The potions that he was drinking must have been potent. I mean to show no disrespect to His Highness, but that islander had the high ground in the War of Wits. I wasn't privy to their counsel. I haven't the beginning of an explanation for the expedition, but your cousin was all full of enthusiasm and ordered that we set out as quick as we could make ready.
That sounds like him. What sort of mess has he gotten himself into? Again?
I am sorry, sir, but I don't know anything else I could tell you.
Dismissed, soldier. Looks like I'm going on an expedition.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Where is it? No, I want to travel and I want to find Constantine. There's no way to go back. Okay, this is quite annoying, so I have to go travel. Go like move out of here. Then turn around, travel, go back, east road. First time I see this place. Well, at least it's closer than the other one. Closer.
This is the camp that Constantine's escort must have established. Search the zone. Let's see if we can find any clues as to what's happened here. This area has been trampled. An entire stampede passed by here. Our soldiers must have fled the zone and taken this path followed by their assailants. This is a sacred place of a native cult. No doubt this is where Katasak and Constantine were going. There are bodies, and without a doubt there was fighting here. Search the place. Let's see what we are able to find. A crater. Without a doubt caused by an explosive potion. The soldiers might have been carrying them. They must have been desperate to have taken such drastic measures. The corpses of both men and beasts. These soldiers fought dearly until the end. Neither Constantine nor Catasac are among them. This blade is a native ritual knife, and this bowl contained a potion. Someone wanted to perform a ritual here. Could Catasac have found a better means to alleviate Constantine's symptoms? Constantine and Catasac must have been visiting this place. Perhaps performing some sort of healing ritual. When the attack took place, the soldiers intervened, and many fell during the fight. But a group was able to escape down this path. We need to continue following more tracks. Footprints. They must have fled this way. Strange. These trees look half calcinated, as if they were exposed to immense heat. These weapons are in terrible condition. Whatever did these men come up against? More signs of an explosion. I can't believe that our soldiers could be carrying so many explosive potions. New footprints. It looks as if a group met up with them and took this path. There was more fighting over here. There are not only the corpses of our own men, but where could these other soldiers have come from? More signs of explosions. But what were they doing with all these explosives on them?
Any more traces?
There are footprints. Only a handful made it up to here. The path stops on this overhang, and despite signs of a skirmish, I can't see any sign of Constantine or Catasac. These rocks were broken, as if they had taken cannon fire. What could have happened here? These vials look familiar. Catasac used the very same to stock his potions. He must have come here. I'm going to pick them up. I don't recognize these men. Still more unknown soldiers. Could they have been responsible for the attack? This one is carrying a letter. Let's see. According to this note, this troop came from an outpost of the Bridger lines close by. A patrol, no doubt. Could the bridge in some way be linked to this attack? That makes no sense. I recognize this sack. It's my cousin's. Oh, Constantine, what have you gotten yourself into again? Very well, let's sum things up. Constantine and Catasac definitely came through here to perform some sort of ritual. But they were attacked. An attack obviously involving wild animals. And then there are these traces of inexplicable flames. Could it be magic? But regardless of who is guilty, I must find my cousin. We could return to Wenchavier to learn more. Perhaps Catasac returned there. Or maybe his Voglendai could tell us where to find him. We are also going to have to visit the outpost. Their soldiers were involved in the combat, or at least the end of it. They must have some stories for us. However, one way or another, Constantine is in danger. Let us be on our way without further delay.
Okay. Sure. I'd like a camp in this location, but I don't see any. But this is another quest. Alliance Outpost. Is that a side quest? So that's where we will be following, going next time into this place. It's blocked off here, I think. We cannot go there, but yeah. Perhaps. Either way, I would like to thank you all for watching. Next time, we'll be going to this Alliance Outpost. Take care.